This is regarding lesson 27, which is the call imperfect conjugation plural. So we covered the call imperfect singular back in lesson 23. So for this lesson, it's really no new grammar. It's just the remaining part of this paradigm, the plural half. So we can just remind ourselves that the imperfect is normally translated with future tense in English. But in Hebrew, it is simply referencing some action that we do not have a complete view of. So normally those sort of actions are in the future. Sometimes, such as the irreal perfect, they can be in the past, or they can be present tense sometimes as well. But let's take a look at the chart. I'll just highlight a few things that might help us memorize these. And then in class, we will learn the dance that goes along with it. So first, let's refresh on the singular. Yishmor, he will guard. Yishmor, the yod has been attached to the front. Tishmor, she will guard. The tav has been attached to the front. Tishmor, you will guard. This is the exact same form. We discussed this with the singular. This is probably the trickiest part with the call imperfect, is some forms are repeated. We'll just have to know based on context. We can look at the subject. If the subject is there in the sentence, that will tell us which one. Is it the third feminine singular? Is it the second masculine singular? So the subject or in the context is the only way to tell the difference. These are spelled exactly the same. Tishmari, Tishmari. This is you will guard. Second feminine singular. And this is Eshmor, I will guard. Ani Eshmor, I will guard. The olive is attached to the front. So notice that the second feminine singular has something attached to the front, the tav, and something on the end. It's the only imperfect singular that has something attached to the end, the second feminine singular. So that's a giveaway there. Let's go ahead and take a look at the plural. Yishmaru. Yishmaru. This is a third masculine plural. Notice it has a yod attached to the front just like the third masculine singular, but now this u is added onto the end. And that u, just like in the perfect, is telling us that this is plural. This is the third feminine plural. Tishmorna. Tishmorna. The tav is attached to the front just like in the singular, but now we have the na on the end, and that tells us it's feminine. So this ah is helpful, similar to our nouns. The ah is added to the end to add the feminine grammatical piece. So over here we have the second masculine plural, tishmaru. The tav is the same, it's over here. Tav has been attached to the front, and this u has been attached to help us know that it's plural. Notice this u is rather consistent in the masculine plural. Here's the second feminine plural, tishmorna. Note that it's exactly the same as the third feminine plural. Second feminine plural, third feminine plural, same form. So this is tricky, just like over here in the singular. Except for the singular's forms were the third feminine plural and the third feminine singular and the second masculine singular share the same form. And the plural is the third feminine plural and the second feminine plural that share the same form. So we know it's feminine. We just don't know if it's third person or if it's second person, and it's only based on context that you'll be able to tell. So again, we'll look for the subject if there's a subject in the clause. If not, we'll rely on context to help us. And now the first common plural, nishmor. The noon is attached to the front, nishmor. This reminds me of anoki. So that noon in anoki is right here. Or the anaknu, this noon. I get that connection in my head to connect the two. So this is the call imperfect conjugation. We need to memorize this table, be able to go through them in our head and reproduce them in Hebrew and translate them in English. So time for some memorization.